Welcome back to CAD 216, and in this class today we're going to work on our elevations and do a few little projects within this. We're going to start out, and you can see here in 3D we got the house in this 3D rendering. And if I go to first floor, you'll notice if I back up, you've got elevations already here. Y'all see those? There's your south, east, north, and west. And if you slide down here, you've got them in there. If I double click those, you can see the elevations of the house. Okay, but there's something I want to show you, what I want you to do. So I'll go to first floor. That's where I always like to go to, first floor. And we're going to add a new one of these. It's like you're duplicating, but if you come up here and hit view, or just go to first floor again and hit view, let me get that set up. Okay, now go to view and come down here to elevation and hit elevation. And when you do that, over here you've got either interior or building elevations. I want a building elevation, and I just come in here and I point it in the direction I want it to go, just like that. Alright, so this is my south entrance elevation. And if you'll notice, if I slide down here now, do you see I got elevation 1A? I click on that, I right click, and then I want to go rename, and I want to put south entrance elevation. Perfect. Double click it, and you'll notice there's the house, and here are my elevations of the house, and everything just doesn't look right. Okay, so what I want to do is I got to fix it. I go back to first floor plan, and all you have to do is come in here and click that, and you see this is the depth, how deep you're actually seeing this house. And if I go back again, and I'll show you just to make sense of it, see how you're not seeing the ridge line of the house? It just looks weird, doesn't it? So what we have to do, just go back in there like I showed you, go back to your first floor where that's at, click on the top of that, and it shows you this. And all you have to do is just grab it and pull it. This will show you everything, and I want to pull that over. I didn't mean to do that. Grab those, and you can pull it, and you get everything lined up the way that you want it. Now when I come back in here to south entrance elevation, grab these windows and pull those up, and now we can see everything perfect. Okay. Also, I want to grab these elevations. Most of the time they're all locked together. It's like when I click on it, you can grab and you can pull them over. And we'll do some more work with this a little bit later on, as we get ready to do our complete sets, house sets, plans. But you can see if you want to use this scale, they're kind of overlapping. Sometimes you have to click on them, hit your little squiggly line right there, and it only happens if you click on them. Click and then pull that over and get that to where you can see it. And you can see that's a mess down here as well. So you just come down here, click that little squiggly line, it'll do that for you. And you want to pull those back, just like that. Perfect. That looks fine. And there you're able to see the elevation of your house. And we're going to do more work with the elevations of these things a little bit later. But for right now, I just want you to get that in there. And let's go in here to, and you can follow along with your book as well, but I want to go in and I'll just put all of my elevations in. So now you'll notice down here I've got one south. Let's go to elevation 1A. This is here's 2A. Now we know this one right here is easy, so right click or rename it, and this one's going to be the north side, north elevation. Okay. So we got that one in there, and it's doing the same thing, so we'll have to go in there and fix it. Let's go in here and look at this one. Let's see which one's east and which one's west. This would be my east. I'm going to rename. This would be my east. Okay. And then this one would be my west elevation, okay? And we need to fix all of these, because I'm not able to see the rest of my house, and we got to adjust that. This is my west. Good to go. So now, when you jump back up here, go back to your first floor plan, and then you come in here and click on this, and if you double click it, it'll automatically shoot you into that, but I want to make sure I'm stretched all the way up to there. Got that one. Make sure this one's stretched all the way down so I'm seeing everything. Make sure this one's stretched all the way across and I'm seeing it. So now when I come in here to those elevations, my east elevation, see how I'm showing the entire house now? Don't that look a little better? And of course we'll go in there and you can fix those as well while you're in there, just like I did on the south elevation. Let's go to the north elevation, and everything's there. You're just going to have to make the box a little bit bigger. There we go. And then we got our west elevation, and now you're showing the entire house. So that's looking so much better. So that's basically all you're doing on this, and on the elevations. And there's going to be some stuff that we've got to do when we start trying to put this into our plans. We can put the window tags in, and it's not a bad idea. Just go ahead and do it now, so we don't have to do so much when we get to that point of making the entire set of plans. So you can go up here to annotate, tag by category, or tag all, whichever one you want to do. If I hit tag all, I can go to window tags, and then just hit apply, OK, and everywhere you got a window, it'll put those tags in for you. And I'm just going to take and move those up a little bit. And you just got to just adjust them to where they're showing up correctly. And there's some of these that, if you'll notice, the tags are, you don't even see the window, so I'm just going to delete those out. There we go. Just click on it, delete, and you just got to be careful when you're deleting. We could also have hid those, but I'm coming here and deleting the tags. All I'm doing, I'm not deleting my window, but sometimes you might have to go back and make sure you didn't do that, okay? And that's a good way to go ahead and get those tags in there so it's easily identifiable to the construction team. They can look up the window schedule and stuff. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go ahead and put them in all of your elevation shots. And I want to go back to 3D. I'll make sure I didn't delete any windows out. And of course you're going to put that in there for a door as well. Now, since you've got all those elevations in there, we're going to go in and I'll show you how to do interior shots. Now, let's go back to first floor. Now, if you want to do an interior shot, and you're going to see more of this, like when we do the kitchen a little bit later on, we start doing that, you will have shots of the interior, And this is how you do it. You do it the same way. Just go to View, and you want to go to Elevation. Click on it, and you don't want a building elevation, you want an interior elevation. And when you do that, just come in here, like I want to look at this fireplace, and click on it. And now, if you scroll down, you have now populated a interior elevation. Right here, elevations, interior elevations. And I could right click this, rename it, and I call it fireplace. Fireplace elevation. Okay, and that's what it is. It's the fireplace elevation. You can click on that little dot right there, and in the little pointer, and you can get all that in. And also I want to come over here just a little ways, because they're wanting us to put another door in this thing. And boom, boom, boom. Oh, can't see a thing. So what you got to do in here is click on the box and pull it up to where you can see. And that's too high. I don't want to see all that upstairs. I just want to see right there. And I don't want to see the foundation and all that stuff under there. I just want to see the fireplace. And I want to be able to see, and my windows are not exactly what it's supposed to be according to the book. I've got these big windows in there, but you can adjust. And when you get in here, when you're looking at this shot, you can also come down here and fine, and you can also hit realistic, and it'll turn it to the colors. Now we can change the wall colors and everything else. You know, we'll do that a little bit later on. And you can add interior design to this thing. So you can actually go in here now and take and move things and adjust it, trying to get that visual look to whatever you're wanting for the interior. But you just got to be careful, because sometimes on the exterior, you don't. If you move a wall inside to make it look good inside, it might be messing up something that's getting something out of symmetry on the outside. And you want to have things on the outside looking just as symmetrical as on the inside. So there's a fine line there. It just depends on what you want. But on this one, they're wanting us to put a door right here. And let's go ahead and do that. We can do it right here if we wanted to. We can go to Architecture and hit Door, and we could just pop it in there like that if we want. But it'd have to be an exterior door. And I really don't know what they're telling us in the book, what kind of door they want. So I don't see anything offhand exterior, so I'll load one up. And let's go into doors. I'm just going to find a nice little residential door that would fit good in there. That one would fit. That would fit fine. I want to do this one. And I want to do, of course, a 36 by 84. I want a big door so I can get furniture in. So I'll just slide it right over here, and we can adjust it as need. Click. And it's hard to really see. I got the door in here, but it's really hard to see what you want. But you're better off to go up to your first floor. And when you get in here, just click on it. We can adjust. I want it to go that way. It looks like it's centered up pretty good. And we'll slide back down here, and we'll look at that elevation again. There we go. Bingo. I mean, you can put, as far as whatever door you want in there. It's going to be up to you, but that's pretty nice to have a door going out the side there. Gives us another means of egress to get out. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So let's move on. There's a few more things that they want us to do before we get to section views, which section views will be next week, and we'll try to get that done, and then we'll move into some of the other areas, a little bit of a site plan. We got to do some interior design, and then we'll put all this on a sheet. So let's go back out and go to our south entrance elevation. And they're wanting us to put like a little, just a little covering over the entrance door here, so whenever you're walking in, you don't get soaking wet. So to do that, depends on what they're wanting. There's different, and they have like different options. You can put a porch on this, but really, what the book shows us is they're wanting us to put in like a little awning type deal. And let's see what we can come up with here. So let me show you how to do that. If you'll go into, while we're in here on this south elevation, if you go in here to roof, do roof by extrusion instead of footprint, okay? And then it's going to ask you to pick a plane, and this right here is my plane. And offset, I would say probably no offset. Okay, so now we're ready to start, and I'm just going to go up here and I want to have a 3-point, which is this right here. This is our drawing selection. We always done before when we're doing roofs, we done pick walls and things like that. I want to do a 3-point, and I'm just going to just eyeball it. I want to come up here to about right there, come over here to about right there, and it really doesn't give me a whole lot. I'm just going to eyeball it. Something like that. And what it does is it extrudes it up and over, and I've got a basic roof there. We'll change that in just a minute. And finish. Let's go to 3D and take a look at it and see what it looks like. Oh, so you'll notice it's going back this way into the house. Well, that's not good, is it? So what I want to do is I'll grab that little arrow and I'll pull it forward. Y'all see that? And this thing's going to support its own weight. So, let's see, 2 foot. It's not going to let me do that. And it shot it back the wrong way there. So I want to just zoom in here. I really don't know how far they want us to go with this. I think it's just a couple feet, just enough just to give just a little bit of shelter, and also to not only for shelter for people to walk in, but it's also shelter on the door to preserve the door. So this would be, I'm going to look at the east elevation, and there you can see it, and I can now adjust this 2 foot. And you can see that it pulled from the wall. I can modify and hit a line. And I'll click on that, and then I'll click that, and I'll pull that back. And it wanted to pull the whole thing. It's one of those things. So I'll just do it like that. Now, I know this is not what material they're wanting to use with this. So I'll click on it. And now I'll come up here and I got to figure out what in the world they're wanting to use. Roofing materials. I'm just going to go edit type. Let's see what we want. Roofing metal. Alright, so it's wanting a roofing metal, and we don't need it 12 inches thick, so I want to duplicate, and I'll put outside awning or something like that. Awning. Edit. And on this one, let's just make it like 6 inches thick or something like that. It doesn't have to be really huge. And material, I'm just going to type in, or click on categories, hit your radio button there, and just put metal roofing. And I'm not finding it there. Let's come down here. Here it is, metal roofing. And I click on that button to bring it up here. Double click metal roofing, it's there. Hit OK on that. OK again, and there's the metal roofing. So that gives a little bit of a roof to that, a little bit of protection to the door, and all that good stuff. Alright, we're moving right along, and that's basically all that I want you to do for this class is to get your elevation shots in, get your windows and door tags on there just the way that I showed you, get those set up, and get ready, because we're getting ready to put those on a sheet, and we'll do that and get this little roof here over top of the entranceway. And then next week we'll get into sections and we'll take off from there. If you need any help, please let me know.